I want to show you something that's just really incredible. This drone video, look at this. It's from about 2 hours ago, Friday night, the famous Las Vegas Strip. It's now a ghost town, normally busy and bustling with tourists. It's now deserted due to coronavirus. So I want to talk about the pandemic with the Governor, Steve Sisolak, Governor of Nevada. Sir, thank you. I am honored to have you on. I know that it's a tough time for everyone. It's a very busy time, especially for the governors who have really stepped into the void here, picked up the slack, and are really helping the folks out all over this country. So thank you, Governor, for joining us. And I just want to jump right into the hard numbers with you. Your state has submitted 4 requests from the federal government for coronavirus tests. And as of today, you've received 0 shipments. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So what is the holdup?
I don't know, we got a response from them that we have an indefinite backlog on the coronavirus test. So we've gone on I've been on all the conference calls that we had with the president and the vice president, and I've got the most generous community in the world. Some of our bigger casino operators, Sheldon Adelson, donated several thousand test kits. He flew them in from Macau. The private labs have gone out and bought them. Some of the businesses have gone out, bought test kits on the open market. That's the only way we've been able to obtain any test kits whatsoever.
You've only received about 25% of what was called PPEs or personal protective equipment that you've requested. How soon before your hospitals run out, Governor?
Well, we were in a pretty desperate situation, but here again, I've gone to our community partners, our state partners. I've got one of our larger operators has donated in excess of 500,000 masks. Some of our smaller, our restaurants, we put a call out for our smaller restaurants and construction companies, nail salons. They're all donating masks and gloves and gowns. Like I said, the president made it clear that we should go try to find as much as we possibly can on our own. We have done that. But you can't find test kits very easily. Those you got to go onto the open market and buy them. And we have purchased some, but they're costly. I'm a small state. I can't compete with a New York or California, even a Michigan when it comes to purchase power. 3 weeks ago down, I had 2 positives. 2. I have 535 today and 10 deaths.
Wow.
So we're in a tough situation, but we're making do with what little we have, and the community's been great. They've stepped up. I've got nail salon operators that are dropping off 6 masks that just care about our community.
You said you had 535 now, and you had 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, right? I had 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
We've been seeing that. We've been seeing nail salon folks. We've been seeing people who work at tattoo parlors helping out, all kinds of Americans just stepping up. Listen, you're talking about competing on the open market, competing against bigger states or states who may have more resources. But also, some governors are saying that they are also competing against the federal government. They'll put an order in and then find out that their order has been canceled in some way by the federal government. Have you heard that?
I've heard that on your show. I have not had that experience. We have not had that here. Like I say, I'm on these calls. You've got 50 states and 4 territories are all on the calls, and everybody's asking for the exact same thing. We're all asking for ventilators, PPE equipment, test kits. Every single governor is asking for it, and we're going out and trying to find what we can on our own. Do we need help from the federal government? Certainly, we do. But like I say, everybody is pulled in. They're working so hard in Nevada, whether you're a truck driver or a grocery clerk or stocking shelves, or the medical providers on the front end are, making do with what they have, and so appreciative of what we can get them. This community is really pulling together to try to cobblestone our fight together against this virus. And
the president tonight, pardon me for the delay, the president tonight is saying that if governors aren't appreciative, he's not going to return their call. He pointed to Washington and Michigan as examples. Is that something that you're experiencing? I certainly hope not.
No, I have certainly not experienced that. Anytime I've called, they've been very responsive to us. Like I said, we have responsive in so much as they'll return phone calls and they'll talk to us. We haven't gotten our orders filled, but then again, the requests are so enormous coming from all these states. You're talking 30, 40,000 ventilators. I have 838 ventilators in the state of Nevada. That's what we have. 40% of them are in use right now. We watch this every single day, how many of our ventilators are in use. I hope I don't get to where I've got 100% usage, but that day could potentially come.
Well, I hope you don't either as well. Listen, I want to talk to you something about that you limited here the use of the governor, the president, the president has touted the use of anti-malarial medication as a possible treatment for coronavirus, despite it being based on anecdotal evidence. But you actually signed a regulation to limit their use in your state. Why'd you do that?
I did. I based all my decisions, whether it was, as you brought on early at the beginning, shutting down the strip or, central business or whatnot. I based it based on medical experts that have come to me and scientists that have come to me with information. This was based on our pharmacy board, a group of professionals that came to me and said, Governor, we need to institute this for the following reasons. We've got a lot of folks and there are some anecdotal stories where these drugs have been effective in fighting coronavirus. Unfortunately, we've had some concierge doctors that were prescribing this drug with the idea that their patient might get it later on down the line. So they're sitting on this drug and stockpiling it, and I don't have it available for patients that have been using it. Rheumatoid arthritis, lupus patients. I've got lupus patients that have used this for 5 to 10 years and go to their pharmacy and they're out because there isn't enough of the supply of this drug. So if you're in the hospital and your doctor prescribes this for you, wants you to use these drugs, you can use them, but you can't just get a prescription and sit on it because if your concierge doctor says, look, you might need this if you get coronavirus.
Look, as we look at the images of the Las Vegas Strip, gaming and tourism big in Nevada, what has this done to the economy in your state, the coronavirus?
We had, 100,000 people have already filed for unemployment. I know when I made the decision to shut down the Strip, we put 205,000 casino workers out of work with one stroke of the pen. And I had a lot of sleepless nights going into that, but we will rebuild Las Vegas. We will rebuild it. People will come back. Our economy will pick back up. Now my number one business is saving lives. If everybody lives, we can rebuild what we had, but I need to focus on keeping people alive right now, and that's our number one focus. That's what our energies are going towards.
Good luck. Best of luck to you. If you need anything, you know how to get us. Governor Sisolak, Nevada.
I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay home for Nevada.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Governor. The coronavirus spreading across this country.